We know that these have been a tough few months for all of us here in Manitoba and across the country and in many countries around the world. Many families have, in our province, have been juggling schooling for their children while trying to work from home. It's not easy. Others have been facing financial hardships, whether it's job loss or having to shutter a family business, and that is very, very sad for all of us. And of course, there's the emotional toll, whether it's concerns about your family's health, your job security, or both. Our number one priority during this unprecedented global pandemic has been keeping you and your loved ones safe and ensuring a healthy Manitoba today, but also in the future. Notre priorité numéro une au cours de cette pandémie mondiale sans précédent a été de vous protéger, vous et vos proches, et d'assurer la santé de Manitoba aujourd'hui et pour l'avenir aussi. And that's why your Manitoba government added critical mental health supports during these challenging times. Since we announced the Ability CBT virtual therapy program, which is a program to assist Manitobans who are experiencing mental health challenges as a consequence of COVID-19 or in supplement to other challenges they already are facing, I am pleased to tell you that we've been able to offer help at home, counseling and therapy to more than 2,100 Manitobans who have accessed these services. And I would emphasize to all Manitobans that if you need help and you need support, help is still available to you. You can access these services at manitoba.ca/COVID-19. I want to take this opportunity today to say thank you to Team Manitoba. Your hard work, your dedication, along with early and decisive actions, have made a huge difference in our fight against COVID-19. And the Manitoba team has demonstrated to all Canadians and to one another, time and time again, its strength, its empathy, its courage, and its resilience. On April the 29th, our government unveiled Restoring Safe Services Together, Manitoba's Pandemic Economic Recovery Roadmap. It is a Manitoba plan. It is made by and for Manitobans, and it's made to allow us to move forward with confidence, to slowly and carefully and on a continuous and sustainable basis get back to business, reopen our communities, restore our way of life. Our plan is evidence-based. It lays out the groundwork to ease public health measures that we have had to take in the interests of protecting all of us against this pandemic. We've been able to create widespread public awareness, and I say thank you. I say thank you to those who have helped spread the word, interest groups, labor leadership, our media. This has been a tremendously important aspect of how we've made the progress we've made to date. Getting the information out to people on how to fight COVID has been very, very important. And Manitobans continue to respond by practicing the fundamentals, by adopting physical distancing behaviors and other behaviors to make sure they stay safe and they protect others around them. The measures that are in place have successfully, to date, flattened the COVID curve, and that was our goal. That's resulted in fewer instances of COVID-19 in this province and fewer rates of positive tests from peaks that we had experienced in early April. And versus other provinces, with very few exceptions, we have certainly done better than you're seeing and hearing about around our country and elsewhere around the world. A critical element of these flattening efforts and contributing to Manitoba's continued success is our high levels of testing, tracking, and the willingness of Manitobans to adhere to the isolation necessary to protect themselves and others. As a result of these collective efforts, in phase one, we were able to ease some restrictions, including in reintroducing the opportunity for elective surgeries, non-urgent health services, such as dentists, physiotherapists, outdoor recreation, playgrounds, golf courses, campgrounds, and a number of retail businesses, clothing, sporting goods stores, restaurant patios, hair salons, while ensuring that physical distancing measures remained in place. Key criteria have been met since the implementation of Phase 1, allowing us to look at further easing public health measures. There's a lot to take into consideration as we restore our services, but mostly we want to do that safely. I was reading a piece in one of our national newspapers on the weekend in the Globe and Mail, and it referenced the need as we move forward in these next phases of reopening. It talked about the need to strike the right balance between safety and freedom, between health and economics, between inspiration and regulation, endorsing innovations and preparing for a potential reversion, along with compassion and invigoration. I'm proud of the work our government has done. I'm proud of Manitobans for the work you've all done. And I say we've struck that balance very, very well in Manitoba. But we must maintain that careful balance as we move forward carefully to ensure that we continue to lead in resilient recovery. Last week I shared with you a draft second phase plan that would ease some additional restrictions. I said that it would be up to Manitobans, and since that time I'm able to say again that my faith and confidence in Manitobans has been heartened and strengthened as we continue to keep that COVID curve flat. We asked Manitobans if they'd share their thoughts with us, give us some feedback on our draft plan, Restoring Safe Services Together. And since we unveiled that draft plan just under a week ago, we've received more than 5,200 examples of input on our survey feedback forms. And we hosted 3 different public telephone town halls, which had over 50,000 participants from across the length and breadth of our beautiful province. We also provided anyone who wanted the opportunity to share their thoughts through the Engage Manitoba website, and we'll continue to use that site as an important resource for Manitobans to share information, for us to share information with Manitobans, and for Manitobans to share information with the government as well. Especially, of course, we're focused now on helping our small business community by answering questions that they may have on restoring services safely. So I want to say again, thank you to Team Manitoba for stepping up to the plate. As a result of your hard work, and based on advice from our public health experts, I am very pleased today to announce that we're going to be able to move into Phase 2 effective June the 1st. Some of the services that will be gradually restored include expanding capacity at child care centres, allowing limited access to educational facilities where physical distancing can be maintained for additional tutorial days, such as one-on-one learning opportunities, assessment, and specific programming opportunities for our educators. Reopening community centres, resuming organized team sport and recreational activities, including theatre and dance. Reopening swimming pools, spas, fitness clubs, and gyms. Expanding religious or other organizations' outdoor services. Reopening indoor services at restaurants, and expanding personal services such as manicurists, pedicurists, and estheticians. I would mention that in each of these categories, there have been developed, in partnership with the various organizations, strict protocols that must be followed so that we maintain the discipline necessary to keep ourselves safe. This is what our small businesses want so that they can remain open and so that they can attract their customers back to their operations. This is what we all want, to be sure that we are keeping each other safe when we go out and that we are able to keep employees and coworkers safe when they go in to a place of work. We're also providing detailed guidance for post-secondary educational institutions and vocational colleges, as well as seniors clubs, so that they too can reopen on a limited basis. While we can take pride in the progress we've made and the additional steps we're announcing today, I emphasize we must remain vigilant. We do not want a COVID comeback in this province, and there is no room for complacency. We'll continue to rely on the advice of our healthcare experts. We cannot let our guard down. I implore you to please stick to the fundamentals. Wash your hands regularly. Stay home if you are sick. And if you exhibit symptoms, please go and get tested. And we've broadened the testing to allow you to go even if you don't exhibit symptoms. We're encouraging everyone to remember that this is a marathon. This is not a sprint. But I'm confident we'll continue to be successful on this track we're on this course we're on, and we keep working together as a team. Nous continuerons à réussir si nous continuons à travailler ensemble, en équipe. Not every Canadian has the opportunity to save a life, but you do, and you have, and we will save even more as we keep working together. Together we will beat this thing.